Hi guys, welcome back to Trashy. We've got a full house today of ladies, Moji and Chinelo. Welcome back to the show. Okay, so the topic we're gonna. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting to introduce Yuri.
Well, you don't need to
because I just feel you guys already know her. So hey, yeah. You've got Yuri giving us the lime green.
No, neon.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, the topic for today is kind of related to the one we did a few weeks ago about Nigerian women who
married women.
Yeah, married women who cheat. So the topic we're doing today is Nigerian wives who do escorting. Okay. Now, I'm not just talking about your prostitution here and there. No, I mean escorting. Okay, escorting is. I'm just going to use the word. It's more. It's got this class to it. Yeah, it's
prostitution.
Exactly. Okay, and you get more money. You don't have to stand on the street. This is like a
there's a catalogue, or they look into you with your telephone number. They arrange for you to come over to whatever country.
Okay, so we found out recently that there is a group of Nigerian women who are involved in escorting. Okay, so again, the one we did a few weeks back was these women, they cheat on their husbands and whatnot, but this one is different. This is different men. Okay, so yeah, we want to know why Nigerian married women do escorting. What's the reason? What do they want from this?
I think
they need money.
Yeah, economic value, because nowadays people don't actually believe in working anymore, and then we have the era of social media. Everyone is a baller on social media, and they've put themselves under these huge pressure to succeed. We've seen where women that are top escort now have serious businesses from the proceeds.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, what the hell am I doing in Mr. Bashira's house and cooking when I can go there and there's a name, someone phones me up, I'm taken to Dubai, first class, I'm done, and you're back home and you change the money from whatever currency you're paid back to Naira, you're balling. So it's an economical thing. I think that's why most women, I don't think they do it for fun. No one sleeps around for fun.
I don't agree that people don't sleep around for fun.
Well, unless if you're an info.
Go on, let's go sleep around for fun. If you're gonna escort is sleeping around, okay, they get paid, but for you to have the mentality for you to be able to escort must mean you're that kind of person that could do anything.
Different men.
No, I disagree.
But you're doing it with different men.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's everybody wants to be rich. It's the easy means of being rich. It's like it gives me the lifestyle that I want to live, so why wouldn't I do it? But at the end of the day, again, there's a moral about it. Why would you want to stoop so low and be sleeping around? Doesn't make any sense.
Okay, you were saying you disagree.
No, what she said, people
don't do
have sex for fun.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're a nympho. The way I see it, it's a psychological thing. And most rape victims do say that sometimes they zone out when they've been raped, so that they don't go through the motion. So people that do sleep around, unless you're a nympho, you're thinking, well, $20,000. And all you think, I'll stock up the shop, I'll pay for this. And before you know it, the guy's done. And you get 20,000. So I don't think it's so fun, because they've zoned out, they've checked out. So there's an argument for and against.
Chinelo, what do you think? What's your take on this?
Well, I think when women do escorts, they do it as a job. So I think they distance their emotion, they remove their emotion from it because they are doing a job. It's just like when some of us, we have jobs we're doing. We're not doing it because we love it, but we're doing it because of the salary we get at the end of the month. So I think these women that do escorts, that's what's
well, aren't there other jobs for them to go and get
that pays?
Well,
that pays. No.
So what we're saying is, by doing escorting, you make quick money. Yeah? Quick, big money.
Yes.
Yeah? Because escorts could be going for £1,000.
What escorts goes for? Or maybe those sugar girls in university. There's a particular lady in London at the moment. She's in a flat above Harrods, and she's been there for 6 months.
Okay. And what does she do?
Well,
she brings men back to the flat.
No, she doesn't need to be. She's been kept here for 6 months.
Okay.
The husband thinks she's actually trying to do a business, and things are not gelling. At the moment, she's in a flat.
Is this a Nigerian woman?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Is this woman, she's married, where's her husband?
Nigerian.
Oh, so her husband believes that she's come to the UK to try and run things.
Yeah.
Do you know that some of these men are actually aware of what their wives do?
Exactly.
I used to have a neighbor, I didn't know she was an escort. She's.
Is she white, black?
No, she's black. She's
Okay.
black. I don't know. I don't think she's Nigerian, but she's from West Africa.
Okay. Yeah.
And she was doing it, and her husband knew, and her husband was enjoying the money with her. They were using it to meet their needs, ride big cars, you know, give the children. They were using it for the children, and the man knew. So at the end of the day, it depends on what we're actually talking about. If the man doesn't know that the woman is doing it.
Do you think sometimes, though, some of the women that do it, do you think it's because they've become bored of their marriage?
No.
If you're bored of your marriage, they're gigolos, the sugar boys, the small boys, the things you can do. You don't necessarily sleep around
you're not giving for money.
Because I was reading an article about this when I was doing my research, and he said that some women, okay, they've been in their marriages for over, 10, 15, 20 years. It's the same thing, they're bored of it now, and sometimes they don't even find their partner attractive anymore, but they still have to have sex with him anyway. So for them, they're lying down there and the partner's just having sex with them, and that's the end of it. They're not really getting anything out of it. Whereas if they go and do it with someone else who's going to pay them for it, so they're not only sleeping with a different person who they might think, oh, okay, this person looks a lot, a bit more attractive than my husband, but now that person is paying them to the tune of £500.
People that obviously do it are married to men that are obviously not don't have money. So they just feel like, my husband can't give me the lifestyle I want, then I'm gonna just go and do what I need to do.
So obviously what you just said about your neighbor, the husband knew about it and still permitted that. Do you not think at some point in that relationship the husband might see that as an opportunity for him to also step out of their marriage?
Do you feel like that don't care?
The woman wouldn't care.
Oh, the woman wouldn't mind as well. Wow, okay.
And if the man is not bringing money at the end of whatever he does outside, then that's not gonna. That's when the woman gets upset about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe she goes to make money from other men, and then the husband is giving out the money to other women. That's when there will be an issue.
Oh, right.
But if they have a plan, okay, I want to do it because we all thought the woman was doing a nice job. So it was someone that used her services.
So the person told you guys?
Yeah, told my
husband.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We didn't know. But the man was living happily. They were happy.
Nowadays, people sort of, I don't know, give kudos to women that do this because they're living their best life. There's no check and balance. It's a small group of people that are just. They take pictures. It's well known in Nigeria. It's well known all over the country. There's someone that you and I know, all of us know, even the audience actually know, who has done well as an escort and owns one of the biggest media places in Nigeria. So I don't know what we're talking about here. It's not something new.
Interesting.
And from the case we have at hand, you can see that the woman was doing it because I read that the man was working in an oil company in Nigeria, the husband, and the man lost his job. And
so she was used to the lifestyle.
Yeah, she was used to that lifestyle, and now she has a job.
Okay, so this is the lady in Scotland, isn't it? Okay, so guys, I'm sure you guys must have seen the story a few years ago. So there's a lady in Scotland, a Nigerian lady who did escorting. She lived in the UK, in London, with her husband and her children, but she has a flat in Scotland where she does her escorting business, and men come there and meet her, and unfortunately for her, she met with this Nigerian guy. They did what they had to do, and the guy literally killed her and cut her up into pieces.
That was an unfortunate situation. But let me tell you, escorting, I'm advocating for it. I've got a daughter, and I pray to God that will never be my portion. Escorting is big money. If you have time, go on Instagram and look up these two ladies. I think they're called the Mariota Sisters. That they were arrested at some points by some big men in Nigeria. Financial Times, New York Times actually did an expose, an article on these two girls who talked about how they live their lifestyle. The minimum you would have to talk to these girls, we're talking about 100K.
Do you know what?
As in to talk. 100K.
Yeah.
And they fly private jet.
100,000.
100,000.
Just
100 pounds. Yeah.
These girls live their lifestyle and they're not ashamed of it. You have to be a serious baller. And their own is like, well, I've got it. I might as well just make the best out of it.
Interesting.
And they swindle some big Nigerian men that Interpol became. You can imagine because of Gucci, Interpol became involved.
With escorting, is it always sexual, or sometimes you can just be talking to the person?
Yes. It's not always sexual.
So I suppose perhaps if you, I'm not advocating for people to go into escorting, but I suppose if people, can you say actually if I'm an escort, I don't do the sex, I just want to do
sugar
girls.
Well, you have to do everything, I think.
You may not need to do everything. You just need to narrow down what you want to do, and obviously let
not narrow down.
Will it not be the man?
Yeah, you're quite right. If you look at the website that the sugar babes or sugar girls, where university students register up and they get sugar men, and sometimes all they want to do is just someone to talk to them.
Yeah,
sex is always far from it. There was a girl that said, well, it took like 9 visits that I actually had to initiate the sex. Like, come on, man, I've been coming here, you've been spending money. All the guy wants job.
It's a good job.
Not be quitting your day job.
This is something. If you're not going to have sex, is this something that you may potentially go
into? If you're just talking,
let's talk. Like your therapy. What do you think,
But what's the difference between that and normal girls in Nigeria that, like, boyfriend and girlfriend situation? I know, like, in Nigeria, when people want to date somebody, don't they like spend money on them first before they go? Be like, oh, if you're my boyfriend, you need to spend money. So I guess
the difference.
No, but I guess they're not spending that much. But a lot of Nigerian girls these days, if a guy wants to come up and talk to them, the guy has to take them out, buy them this, do this, before he will maybe start saying, okay, you're my girlfriend. Blah. So if they're doing, it's the same thing then, really. It's
I think it's different. It's not the same because we're talking about. Hold on, we're talking about a young boy and or a guy, a single guy and a single girl. Well, we're talking about a situation where someone is married.
Yes. And the customer also old as well. This could be like a 70-something-year-old man or a 60-something-year-old man that's really rich, and you've got this 30-something-year-old person being an escort for.
But why do you always think escorts is always like an age thing? I'm sure
there is.
No, not necessarily. As in, we've got young guys.
Young people to young people
that take care of these young girls that I was telling about the Mariota Sisters.
You've got like guys in their 30s and 40s that do it.
They have fantasies. They have fantasies, and they're looking for people that.
What about if it was done online as well? If it was done online, do you think
that's prostitution? What do you mean online?
So maybe if it was done by a video cam, where
that's not escorting. That's prostitution.
That's prostitution.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
The difference is obviously the woman may be naked and all that, and then obviously there's no physical contact.
That's porn.
You mean an escort?
No.
Or a prostitute?
No.
So basically the woman, she has a webcam, a website where she's, if any man wants to, tune into her channel, they can click on the link or whatever, it takes them to her channel, and she would, give them a payment method, and they'll make some payments, and then they start to view her, and then they can start to tell her to do what they want her to do while they're watching it online.
They also tell us.
Yeah, but the difference is this one, the man can't physically touch the woman, but he can ask the woman to do certain things for him to view, for his viewing pleasure, but he's not touching her. And at the end of it, she still gets money, but she hasn't actually physically had sex.
Is she a prostitute or an escort? Sorry, I just want.
Well, you could class it as both in a way.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, they are the same. They're the same. It's just they put that title escort to make them
because the escort
look like they are professionals doing the job.
Escorting, you go to dinner with them.
Yeah, you go out.
It's like Pretty Woman. It's like Pretty Woman. It's like Pretty Woman. You get clothes.
Prostitutes are the ones you would see on the streets. Yeah, like the video you sent me this morning. Those ladies aren't escorts. They're all prostitutes. They're standing in the street corners and they're trying to.
You don't have to be. You don't have to be in the street corner to be prostitute.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you don't. But this is some of the things that they do. They will be standing in the street corners trying to get.
Prostitutes is all the same. It's exchange for money. Sex exchange for money.
But then there's a higher class to it, and the escorting is the higher version.
There's no higher class when it comes to exchange for money. You're all the same. You're all trash. and you're all prostitutes. So call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. You're still the
You're
same.
really going to upset a lot of people, Moji, because there are a lot of escorts out there. People are making a livelihood.
You escorts, you're still a prostitute. So
well, I
you're
don't
trying
just
to
admit it.
yourself.
If you're doing it, just admit
I don't
it.
think
That's
they
it.
have an issue. Well, it's prostitution, but you know, with
It's a
every
different
job,
class of
there's
prostitution.
director, there's CEO,
Yes,
there's
yes.
cleaner. They're like the top end of the spectrum.
But okay. But same
Oh, actually,
spectrum,
pimp
just
mamas
the
are the
end.
top end of the spectrum. But they used to be escort.
Doesn't matter, they're still in the same
That's what I'm
professional
saying,
field.
still the same
Still the
spectrum,
same.
going
So even if you
from
have a cleaner
low to-
and a cleaner director and a cleaner supervisor, you're
It's
still in
still a
the field.
cleaner. Exactly.
Interesting. Anyway, on that note, we're gonna end it here, and yeah, it's interesting. I mean, obviously, we've sort of talked about Nigerian women, and we gave an example of a lady who was doing this. It's not only Nigerian women who do escorting. Okay, so a lot of other people do it. A lot of other married people do it. As you said, is a means.
To an end.
But if you,
yes.
I just think if you want to do it, then just don't get married as well. It's like there's two different things: being married and doing it, and just doing it if you're single. I'm not saying it's bad to do it, but I think you're taking it to the next level when you're married and you're doing it as well.
Yeah, but they're
That's
doing it
what's
for a
worse.
reason.
Yeah, if you
like
need money.
you said, they're doing it
Yeah,
because
but
they need money.
why do you?
They're used
Then why
to
you getting married? Then?
But do you not think
Why you
it's-
getting married? Then you shouldn't be getting married.
Well, do you know what? Just going back to your neighbour, right? Do you think the husband loves his wife for allowing
Well,
her
he
to
likes
down?
the money.
It's no longer about love. It's no longer about love. It means to an
I'm
end.
trying to be very careful because obviously I kind of know of a situation where the husband and the wife agreed to catfish a guy because they had some financial difficulty, and they were catfishing this guy. The guy was dropping money, like he said, he didn't see the girl, and somehow the wife now linked up with the guy being catfished, and they now started a full-blown relationship.
Wow. Okay.
So this was something that the husband and wife said, okay, we're broke, let's catfish this person. This guy was a baller dropping money.
So can you see that? Can you see a man suggesting for them to catch or
Catfish.
catfish?
Anyway,
whatever?
interesting.
So,
On that note,
some men marry for that as well. Sorry to say that, but some men marry a woman and they give them out for sex to make money.
interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Anyway, on that note, guys, we're gonna end it here. But yeah, you know, people be doing a lot of things out there, even though they're married. And it's almost like marriage is no longer a big deal these days. The sanctity of it has been so watered down.
Exactly.
You know, because I remember those days, even if another man as much as looks at your wife too much, you'll have a problem with
Yes.
it. But now men will be, no, it's okay, it turns me on when the
That
man
means
is
she's
admiring you,
beautiful.
you know. Yeah, I know exactly. But anyway, on that note, we're gonna end it here, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.